Support for Countdown to Infinity is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawn Mower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code DelfinPod, DelfinPod at manscaped.com. And boy howdy, shaving your balls is hard to do. I will say that. Sophia?
I've heard the struggle of coming from the shower and or bubble bath that you have taken, and now I hear it no more.
Yeah.
Now all I hear is serenity coming from the restroom with some following of some buzzing, and then other than that, it's like done.
If you want to hear what it sounds like shaving your balls, it goes like this. This is what Sophia hears.
Yep.
Ow! Ah!
Normally.
Oh, damn it.
Before Manscaped.
Can someone get a mirror in here?
Mm-hmm. Sophia, please get the first aid kit.
Please. I sliced one right off. Well, all of that is taken care of with your Lawn Mower 4.0. Mm-hmm. There's so many amazing features. There's a 4000K LED spotlight on it. It's equipped with the skin-safe technology advance with the 4th generation trimmer that it's cutting edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents. There's sizes that are included between 1 and 4, and it charges wirelessly.
Wow.
There's more technology in this than in my phone.
You're spoiled.
I'm spoiled. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code DelfinPod at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using the code DelfinPod, DelfinPod. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Welcome to another episode of Countdown to Infinity, a Marvel Avengers podcast. We talk all things Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we talk the TV shows on streaming. Ugh. Do I sound old when I say that?
On the streaming internet.
We talk about those internet shows.
The internet shows y'all been watching.
I can't get them with the...
I don't know why I give myself a southern accent. That's not how I talk.
Yeah, that's offensive, actually.
Sorry about that.
But we talk about the movies. We talk about some of the comic books. And we definitely talk about those videos on that streaming platform.
Yeah.
The Disney Plus shows.
The Disney Plus.
We talk episode by episode there. And we talk all of it. And we have a good time.
We talk it all.
We talk it all.
We talk about it all. Anything MCU? We're there.
We're there. Live in person, to tape, recorded to tape.
Yep.
We've got a little bit of a break before, I guess, next Wednesday when What If comes out on August 11th, the brand new streaming show on Disney Plus.
Yep.
So in the meantime, we're going to talk about some MCU news, and it's a pretty big news week
this
week.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff.
And we'll play a fun game or take a Buzzfeed quiz at the end of this. But before we do that, let's introduce ourselves. Why don't you introduce me? I'll introduce you.
Sure. This is a gentleman.
Okay, good start.
Gentleman of the arts. And he is super sweet and nice, and he's just someone I adore very much with my heart. And
you're gonna do the eulogy.
His name.
This is you're gonna do the eulogy at my funeral because this is good stuff.
He's my boyfriend Emmanuel.
A gentleman of the arts,
yes,
and who's sweet and nice.
Yes.
All right. Well, you know her by her aliases, the Thunder from Down Under.
Right.
Sofia Garcia. She's also nice.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah, this is a preview of our vows. This would be our wedding vows, right?
I like how I said my boyfriend, and you were like, she's a Thunder from Down Under. You didn't say girlfriend. That's cool.
I don't like to put labels on things.
Fine.
I like to keep things
fluid. To be fair, we broke up like a week ago, so
no,
it's okay.
We didn't. I know TMZ wants that scoop.
I am single and ready to mingle.
No, okay. Nobody's going to want you. Can you imagine if that's how I was? Well, this is a really big... Speaking of being toxic, this week...
Okay.
The thing that we really can't avoid is top on the mind of a lot of people, and it's a lot of behind the scenes Marvel stuff from a star of the franchises, Black Widow's Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
Made big headlines this week when her and her team decided to sue Disney for $50 million, alleging that they mishandled the release of Black Widow when they did a day and date on Disney Plus as well as theaters. I mean, there's no denying the fact that the drop off for the box office of Black Widow was pretty huge. It's actually one of the largest ever of people not going to watch the movie in theaters over the weekend, the opening weekend. It's kind of alarming for a lot of folks, but Disney also released how much money they made from Disney Plus, which was a lot.
A lot.
And for context, I know that we're going to talk about millionaires, I guess, being upset with other millionaires.
Yeah.
But we're going to just talk a little bit about some of the fairness stuff and the fact that after they talked about the amount of money that Disney Plus made after Black Widow, the stock price for Disney went up like $16 billion.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind here, okay? I know people are like, well, it's COVID.
With a B.
And there's no one around. You know, no one's going, the box office isn't as good. But Disney, the valuation went up $16 billion after they announced the Disney Plus thing for Black Widow. So it's not like they didn't, you know, they're going to say that they lost all this money, but reality, that's like 8 Endgames.
Yeah, and also, I mean, Disney is just such a powerhouse to begin with. I mean, we talk about it all the time because, I mean, we appreciate it so much. But, I mean, look at everything that they have, that they've expanded to. Look at all of their resources, like, and the fact that it's 16 billion with a B. Like,
yeah, that's a ton of money.
I think they're all right, and I think that they should just, and also because ScarJo waited so long for this to be released, we all waited so long for this to be released, and I mean, of course, like, she is a millionaire. I'm sure she's comfortable. You know, let them live their lives, but also, like, she worked her ass off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
and this could be the beginning of, like, the same for other individuals who are locked in these contracts or have some fine print in these contracts that's going to allow them to have the same questions. Like, oh, well, you know what? If ScarJo did it, maybe I can do it too. Or, like, what am I being paid for, like, respectively? Or, like, what should I do instead? Or, you know, so on.
Yeah, it's a pretty big step, and it's not black and white. It's very gray area because we know that her and her team were probably promised large bonuses to even do the movie, to show up on day one, to, you know, take time out of her schedule doing other things to make a Black Widow movie. Of course, she wanted to return as well. But it's always a risk when you're a star and you go into something like this and you're promised all kinds of things. It's also important to note that Disney isn't the only studio that was affected by COVID. Everyone was.
Yes.
Paramount, everyone. HBO Max. You know, they made a big deal when they moved all of their releases to HBO Max and theatrical. But HBO or Warner Brothers did something differently. They gave people bonuses. So they paid out, I think, over $200 million worth of bonuses.
Yeah.
Even to, like, Gal Gadot to put her movie on HBO Max just to make things right because they knew that it wasn't going to be theatrical. And Disney did not do that. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on, especially since, to your point, The Rock just released, and Emily Blunt were both in Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
Cruella came out with Emma Stone. So but all of those actors have bonuses tied to box office that Disney did not pay out because they just released it on Disney Plus. And it's crazy. One of the most jarring things was Disney released a statement afterwards attacking Scarlett Johansson, which to me felt, I don't know what you felt about that, but I was like, that's insane.
I think just as a company, you need to have some sort of response. Whether it's going to be an attack or not is definitely up to that company.
Yeah.
And I think that they pulled out a card that felt a little attackish just because, but at the same time, on both sides, you can see what they were thinking and how it plays out and how it kind of makes sense and then also kind of doesn't. Just because, like, it's not that she was just totally disregarding COVID, because she's not.
Which is basically what they said, was she had disregard for COVID and the pandemic.
Everybody's, But I can definitely see why they would say that, because there are some folks that are probably like, oh my God, you're right. Like, she is being super disrespectful.
Yeah,
Like, I could
yeah.
totally see that. But, I mean, I think that they were just in a panic because I think that they know that other people might be thinking the same as ScarJo and be like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I could do the same.
It's pretty surprising that they did that, and of course, her agency, the union, a lot of people
And also-
defended her, including a lot of peers. So I think that's one of the biggest things that was alarming about their statement was Disney has to realize that there's a ton of other actors currently
Yeah.
working on MCU stuff. Apparently, there's reports that MCU head, the god of all the phases, R. Kang the Conqueror, Kevin Feige, the producer, was fairly upset at Disney for that statement.
Yeah.
And I think in his head, of course, he's worked with ScarJo for a long time, but also, I mean, he is trying to get top tier talent to join the MCU
Yeah, this is definitely
successfully.
This is gonna raise some red
But
flags.
this is alarming, I'm sure, for people who just want to see how this plays out, whether Disney's going to, pay out their stars the way that they expected.
Yeah, and also because ScarJo, I feel as a character and as just her career has been with Disney for so long, I feel like they haven't really shown her as much respect as other actors in the MCU.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've kind of seen that over time too. Like, oh, now they're just catching up by giving her this huge release, and also by like showing like. I mean, I'm pretty sure she was one of the first ones to raise red flags when it came to the pay gap, because it's like, well, why are you going to pay me this much when our RBJ, Robert Downey Jr. or wait, Robert Down RB RDJ
RDJ, yeah.
Sorry,
RBG is Ruth Bader
no, I said RBJ and I was like, wait, that's not right. But yeah, she kind of raised those red flags too, and I feel like this was just kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back, because it's like, no, like this has been going on. There's evidence of this going on, and this over it, which I totally understand.
And there's a lot of this that is timing, because she just finished her run in Marvel. I don't know if she's coming back, but I'm sure a lot of stars are just worried about speaking up because they want future work.
Yeah.
If they have characters in the MCU.
Yeah.
I mean, Florence Pugh is reportedly coming back for multiple things, so she doesn't really have a lot of leverage to make these claims. But it'll be interesting to see. And we'll have to see how this plays out. Of course, it feels like this is always settled out of court anyways, so she'll get
Hopefully.
a payout, hopefully. But I think what we're going to see is a string of people renegotiating their contracts to make sure there's theatrical release in there.
Yeah.
Or if it's
Or
on
some
Disney
sort of
Plus,
payout.
like we need a bonus for this and that. And it's not bad that happens, because a lot of these people do end up, taking... This is their bargaining chip. Their ability to make box office is their ability to get things greenlit and stuff. And again, I just want everyone to remember that Disney is going to say this Black Widow didn't make any box office, but they made a ton, billions of dollars when they announced it would be on Disney Plus. And also, you just have to look at a different studio, Warner Brothers, who paid all of their stars
Disney would
their
be fine.
bonuses. Okay, so they did that when they did HBO, so they'll be okay.
I think that they're okay.
Yeah, and
As a
also just
company.
disclaimer: we
Also,
own Disney shares.
we do.
So if you think we're like super pro or anti Disney, we're not. We're actually
No.
pro.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say that.
Yeah. I mean, and also, like, you have to consider everything that they are as a company. Like, they're literally worldwide. Like, they have other platforms that they own.
Yeah,
like,
they really want this streaming thing to work. Bar none. You can see that now.
Yeah, and I think it's more of like I think if it's more of a publicity type, public eye, we need to keep looking like the perfect company that we are type sitch.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, it's also just a crazy feat to have no stars have this level of, I don't know, animosity towards Marvel, because they've worked with so many people. And it's kind of like, oh, everything's, rainbows and butterflies, but who knows? But anyways, we'll keep talking about this as it comes up. It's kind of, not necessarily MCU related, but I think it is. Yeah, I think it's important.
It's one of the biggest stars in the MCU.
And this may impact every other thing, like from now on. Like we'll have to see what kind of stars join the MCU after this, if Kevin Feige is really, really upset about this, or even if we just have people figuring out what their deals are when it comes to streaming. Because who knows? But we love watching these movies in a theater.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let us know what your thoughts are, but let's continue onwards. And I guess we're kind of looking back here in terms of news. I want to talk a little bit about Loki. So it appears Loki, the series we just wrapped up,
Yes.
is climbing on the Nielsen ratings for streaming. And it looks like it is the number one show on all of streaming. And it may end up beating WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier here. With, I think, over 840 million streaming minutes. I don't know what that means, but that's a lot of minutes. But that is double the next
minutes.
closest show. And it's a big deal for Disney Plus, who we were just talking about. But are you surprised that the public loves Loki so much?
No.
Okay.
So no, just kidding. No, I'm honestly not. For various reasons, and we've discussed them already on the looking at Loki pod. But I think this is Tom's actual time to shine. I mean, my gosh, he has been kind of like good guy, bad guy, bad guy, good guy, like all throughout his career, and now we're finally seeing like, oh my god, like his cute little heart as a character, and you can definitely tell that he was acting his ass off during the series, as was Owen Wilson and everybody just did a fantastic job on the show. I've recommended it to a million people already, and then also I think that the actual like diehard MCU fans or Marvel fans can appreciate how much of the comic books are in these series now, and Loki has a shit ton of comic shoutouts and also just all the connections that it makes to all the future Phase 4 releases that's going to come. It just makes sense. So yeah, of course this is going to be the biggest one because it's just leading up to the future that is going to be played out in the MCU.
Yeah, such an important show to watch too, especially since, Shang-Chi comes out in September, which is next month. And we're about to see the What If show.
Yeah.
Like there are going to be moments here where you're going to gain an appreciation for what's happening, especially if you see Kang again. Like if you just see Kang again, you're going to know the origination.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to shit bricks. I mean,
And season 2. So I think that Disney's going back to the well when it comes to Loki. It's a popular show and they're giving it a season 2, which is, I think, the first Disney Plus show that has a confirmed follow-up season, because WandaVision and Falcon, we don't know. Even though Falcon is submitted in the drama category, we still don't know much about the season 2. But yeah, it's exciting. Loki's going to be big, and it'll continue to grow.
it's already big, yeah.
I wanted to talk a little bit about What If, the new show coming out August 11th, next Wednesday, which we'll have another episode by episode show, of course. But a lot of critics and people have seen the first 3 episodes already. And there's
be a critic.
To be a
Lucky
critic,
ducks.
yeah. We don't do that because there's a rule.
We don't do that because we can't tell you guys everything that we see. No, I'm just
and
kidding.
there's this rule with PR companies. I don't know if you all know this, but the PR companies that let you see movies to screen them and to give them ratings and stuff and reviews, they kind of have this rule where you have to watch everything. So basically, you can't just go and watch the Marvel stuff. You have to watch everything, and because they want you to write about everything. So, yeah, we don't want to watch everything. For a while, we even were like, okay, let's schedule this between John, Andrew, me, you, and Brent. But even then, we were like, well, we can't watch this one
Still can't do it.
small Fox movie, but they want you to. They're like,
Yeah, you
we're
have
going to
to.
give you. You got to write about everything. So
First world problems.
first
you
world
know?
problems. It's fine. We'll watch it with the people.
Yeah.
But what if the reviews so far are really great. He said there's a lot of incredible mystery. There's a lot of love to Jeffrey Wright, who's playing Uatu the Watcher. Jeffrey Wright, who is a really esteemed actor. He's in Westworld and all that good stuff. But What If has, and everyone is loving the T'Challa Star-Lord episode, which I think is episode 2.
Ugh,
Are you excited? I mean, we'll have another episode
I'm-
before What If, but are you excited for the show?
I think I'm going to get, not if anybody can tell, but I'm very emotional as a person.
Yeah.
But I think hearing Chadwick's voice is definitely going to trigger something. I think that one's definitely going to be one of my favorites just because it has Chadwick Boseman. And also, like, Star-Lord is, like, one of my favorite characters in the MCU. I say that about like every character, but legitimately.
Yeah.
He really is. And I to have both of those in one episode is going to blow my mind.
Yeah,
So.
and one person. So
Yeah,
that'll be
yeah.
kind of wild to see that it's
Yeah.
all just him.
That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
my brain.
And again, we don't know all the episodes. We know Howard the Duck is in one, Captain
That's gonna
Britain,
be so fucking cool.
Marvel Zombies. We've seen some parts, but this is a show that has multiple episodes. I think like 10. So there's quite a few
Yeah.
different one-offs. And I guess now that the timeline is broken, they can all be real. Like they're just dimensions or something like that. But exciting. And the first MCU Disney Plus animated show. Ooh, all those words together, huh?
Yep.
Kind of wild. The last thing we'll talk about before is kind of a look forward, but not too far forward. But I want to talk a little bit. Spider-Man.
Yeah.
We're actually recording this on National Spider-Man Day or something. A lot of people thought there was going to be a trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home today because it's National Spider-Man Day, but didn't happen. That's fine.
It's okay.
No Way Home comes out December 17th, so we're really soon. We're now less than 6 months away from it, but people are releasing some set photos. And this is not a spoiler unless you're just living under a rock, but Doctor Strange is in this movie, but we knew that a ton of people are in this movie.
What?
And there are pictures of trucks that have FEAST on them, Feast, which is an interesting. You know what? We're talking about Time Variance Authority. We're talking about Shield, Sword, all the Flag Smashers. I forgot what the other group is. The kind of like the UN, but in Falcon and Winter Soldier, whatever they were called. They were trying to reunite people. But there are a lot of different organizations that we're kind of learning all their acronyms right now, huh?
Yeah.
Like it's a ton. But Feast is featured in this photo too. It's a really exciting charity that doubles as kind of a villain group. So exciting to have another acronym. But are you excited for Spider-Man No Way Home?
I am. I am just because one of my favorite like universes, or I don't even know how to describe this, but is Doctor Strange, and I was like throwing up leaving the movie theater the first time I saw it, and then also the Spider-Man switch over to Tom has really stolen my heart. Like I think he does a phenomenal job as Spider-Man. Probably, arguably, one of my favorite Spideys.
He's the youngest. Spider-Man's always like graduating end of the first movie, and
yeah. Also, super stoked to see Zendaya in this film, just because oh my gosh, she's like on my top 5. I love her so much.
Dating in real life, right? Like me and you.
Yes.
A real Hollywood couple. We should double date.
We should double date.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, I'll text him.
All right. But no,
he said no. Very fast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well,
that's fair.
Fine. It's fair.
He's busy. It's okay.
He's busy.
It's just his
fine.
schedule.
We're busy too, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, whenever.
Oh, and he said lose my number. He just texted me that.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe because he's going to get a new phone.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah. He wants to test me to make sure I memorized it.
You got to make sure. Yeah, okay, that's fair. But no, yeah, I feel like it's going to be the, like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I feel like it's just going to be so overwhelmingly action-packed and just so fun, and
so much Spider-Man,
and then also like you get the twists from Doctor Strange. Like everything he brings to the table is just going, shit's gonna go down when Doctor Strange is involved, just because his powers are so strong, and it's like literally the universe is endless when it comes to him. And then putting little Spidey in there, he's going to be a great the comedy from this movie is going to be fantastic, just because of the sarcasm that the wit, the banter between the two of them is just going to be so fun. So fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, confirmed Jamie Foxx as Electro, Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus, Doc Ock. They're in this movie, of course, from different Spider-Man films.
Yeah.
And then big entertainment sources, like not like the little blogs, but giant sources are confirming Andrew Garfield, Kristen Dunst, people from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So we're going to be really just I mean, how long is this movie? Because it feels like it's going to be
That's what I'm saying.
long.
Like, it's going to be jam-packed with all kinds of action and fun and just these different... That's what, like, every time Doctor Strange is involved, like, you cannot just be in one universe dealing with one thing at one time.
Yeah.
You're going to be dealing with a shit ton of stuff all happening at once, and it's just going to draw you in because there's always so much action, so much trippiness, like... So much to keep track of, but like in a fun way, like in excitement. Like you want to be able to keep up with everything because you're like, oh my God, what happened about this? Oh, I forgot about that. And oh my God, it's like a roller coaster ride of emotions. And oh, I love it.
A roller coaster ride of emotions. Put that on the poster.
Ride
all right, well, that's all of the stuff, the news. So now we're going to take a BuzzFeed quiz.
Oh, and I have it this time.
Do you have it? I sent it to you.
I'm
okay.
really bad
Do you want
at
to read the title and the author?
So rate these plants and see what your... What? Is that not it?
Yeah, that is.
Rate your plants and see
if you... No, that's not it.
It's not it?
No. Let me see.
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
No, it says organize the wedding of your dreams and we'll... are you... Oh my
That's
God.
right. It's happening.
Are you proposing to me?
Mm.
Via BuzzFeed quiz?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not happening.
Oh.
This whole Tom Holland thing's given me a lot to think about.
No, it's organize the wedding of your dreams and we'll give you a Marvel hero to marry. Oh, so you're breaking up with me.
Yes, because I want to marry a Marvel hero.
I should have read it all the way through first.
Yeah.
It says, I can hear the bells. And this is going to be by Madeline Ernst. She's a community contributor. So thanks for that, Madeline.
You know what else I'll say is technically we should agree on all of these and we should have the same hero by the end of it, right?
Why?
Because if we're organizing the wedding of our dreams, it should be the same.
The wedding of my dreams is not going to be the same wedding as your dreams.
Yes, it is.
No, because yours would be covered with...
all white everything. Everyone's wearing white. The grooms, the brides, the
Ew.
bridesmaids.
I think yours would be filled with MCU stuff and Star Wars stuff.
You think so at a wedding?
I 100% know.
You think I'm going to have just a big IP wedding?
It's going to be like we're getting married inside of a Dave & Buster's.
Oh, it'd be cool if Darth Vader married us. That would be cool.
Officiated
the wedding. And if Tony Stark was my best man?
Oh my gosh.
That would be
all right.
awesome.
So, first, what is your theme? Courthouse casual, a beach classic, or a fairy garden?
Fairy garden sounds fun. A fairy wedding?
I don't know what I want. I mean, I kind of want a beach wedding, but then it's like, why?
The sharks are in there.
I don't want a classic wedding. I don't want to go to... What if mine's none?
You know what I would do if we had a beach wedding? I would, in the middle of our vows, I would look into the ocean, put my hands on my hips, and say, hey, fish, I don't remember sending you an invitation. And everyone would laugh. Don't you think?
No. At the end of this, can we describe what we would actually want?
On the mic? No, not on mic.
Okay,
that's
fine.
no.
Fine. That's fair. Okay.
They don't need to know that.
Okay. So no, that's not that they don't need to know. I don't think they would want to know, actually.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So what will you be wearing? So you got a... Oh my gosh.
You're going to have to describe these. There's no names.
Yeah, so there's like a mermaid style wedding dress with a lot of lace.
Mermaids. I don't remember inviting mermaids to the wedding.
Okay. There's also a tux. It's a classic tux. It's just black and white, and it has like a nice little corsage. There's a gray tux, which I really like. So I hope that you would
pick
wear
that one. It's my day, not yours.
That's fair. And then there's also a very long, beautiful ball gown. What type wedding dress that has a beautiful train? Again, what if I don't want like any of these?
Wow, you're going to just have to pick one.
Okay. All right, and what are you serving for the main course? Here we go. Oh, what?
This is the important stuff.
For the main course, we have lobster, pizza, charcuterie boards, or pasta.
Be careful what you say, Sophia. Some people might have had weddings that feature these, and you do not want to offend them.
For the main course?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's all food. And you know what? Guests, it's all free. So shut up.
That's fair.
And eat it.
That's fair.
Or don't. I don't care.
You know what's crazy? We just recently just said what our wedding cake or what my wedding cake would taste like. I say my wedding cake because I don't know if it's going to be yours too. Okay, what color?
Sick burn.
What color will the wedding party wear? White.
You know what? If you get married to someone else, I'm going to get there, put my hands on my hips, and be like, I don't remember inviting you to the wedding.
Okay. White, green, baby blue, or black. White for my wedding party. I would never, for me personally. Like,
Isn't it a thing where only virgins can wear white or something like that? Do you know that?
like ever or at a wedding?
No. Yeah, I mean, forever in their life, only virgins can wear white.
Yeah, only the bride is supposed to be wearing white, first of all. And if you need it, supposedly, it was like an old tradition to have, if it's like an actual like white dress, not like a pearl or like a...
Like if it's a pure white dress, you're a virgin.
Supposedly, yeah. But
So,
I know,
well, I would wear.
I know a lot of people.
So I would wear just pitch
black, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't. Okay, my wedding party. It depends what time of the year I'm getting married.
Nighttime.
If I'm getting if I'm getting married in the fall, then yeah, maybe like green. But if I'm getting married in the spring, probably like a baby blue because it's like a springy color. Okay. What I was looking for some feedback there, but no, nothing. You don't care?
You're gonna get married at the most medium time
Of year?
of year.
Seasons.
Yeah.
So what is that? The summer?
No.
That's hot.
No.
What?
I would love to be in between all four somewhere.
What does that even? Okay. Where are you going on your honeymoon? Rome, the Caribbean, Hawaii, or Aspen?
Aspen. You can go to Aspen now.
For my honeymoon. Okay. And finally, which cake will you choose?
We just talked about this today.
We did just talk about this. So, I know my flavor. See, these are all like visual. I want flavors.
Describe them.
Okay, so there's a 3-tier lavender colored purple cake, and it has roses in between each layer. Each tier, it's going to be a square shaped, pretty tall. I don't like it. And then there's like a smaller cylinder, kind of nude cake. It's just with white icing. It has like a cute little cake topper that
says love in a wreath.
It says love in like a leafy leaf thing. And then there's, I don't like that one either. And then there's another one that's also cylinder. It's white. It's not as big. The cake topper is going to be like a small bouquet of flowers, and it's very classy and elegant. And then there's definitely a naked cake.
It like barely has any. I don't even think it's frosting.
No, it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's a naked cake. All of the frosting on the top is basically wiped off, so you can definitely see the actual cake in the side.
A lot of naked cakes. How come nobody wants ice cream cakes with like Paw Patrol on them?
Cookies and cream. Yeah.
I'd love an Oreos cake.
And the cake topper is a huge bouquet. But of all of these, sure.
I hope that some of y'all haven't been married like recently, and this is triggering for you.
Yeah, sorry
for
about
when
that.
you were planning it or something.
Yeah. But the flavors that I would want is blueberry lavender.
That's an interesting, yeah.
It's super yummy.
We tried it on a gelato today, and it was good.
I'm in love with it. I literally
You want to marry the cake.
The first things out of my mouth were, I want my wedding cake to taste like this, and I don't know why.
Yeah, because you want it so bad.
All right. So who did you get?
I got,
wait, describe it. I'm not going to look.
Okay, I'm going to take his name out. So, your married life to blank will consist of constant jokes, selfless actions, and many, many explosions.
That could literally be anybody.
Who is that?
Many explosions.
Don't focus too much on that, because you're right. There are explosions all over the MCU.
Literally everywhere. And also, all of them are funny, and all of them are, what was it?
Selfless actions. He's maybe doing a lot of that.
Currently? Has done. Oh, okay. Selfless. Okay, so not...
Who's made some of the biggest sacrifices in the MCU? Like putting himself on the line, not just risking his life, risking
Cap?
his all. No,
not Cap.
I got
okay.
Tony Stark, Iron Man himself.
That makes sense. Yeah. Wow, I'm dumb.
How exciting!
Did you see mine?
No, I did not.
Okay, I'm gonna read it. Ready?
Yes.
Oh, okay. With this person's zest for life.
So it's different. It's a different person.
It's
Interesting.
A different person. And their protective nature, you'll never be bored. Plus, you're going to be royalty now.
Oh my gosh, is it Black Panther?
No.
Who else is royalty? What? T'Challa is royalty.
Do we read it again? Do we read it again?
Zest for Life. Is it Thor?
Yeah, it's Thor.
Yeah, it's Thor. Thor is royalty too. Wow. Thor
Right?
and Tony Stark.
I love mine. Yeah.
I'm honestly just very intimidated by my husband,
But
Tony. All right, well, we've come. Let us know who you would marry. Don't take the quiz. Just tell us who you want to marry.
yeah.
And it doesn't have to be MCU. It could just be your wife or something. That'd be
Yeah,
nice.
that's
But
nice.
Sophia, we've come to the end. What do you have to plug?
We should have done this one. There's one that says plan your dream wedding
Next
and
time.
we'll give you a Marvel movie soulmate.
Next time we'll do it.
Okay. So all plugs, right. Same old stuff. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to the pod. If you want to go and support any other pods that are under the Dolphin Pod Network, you sure can. Everything's going to be at Dolphin Pod, DELFINPOD on Patreon. And then all of our other shows will definitely benefit from that, just as we would here. And if you want to follow me on any social medias, you sure can. Everything's going to be at _Simply Sophie, SOFIEE.
Yes, don't forget you get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com using the code DelphinPod, DELFINPOD. It's really great. I just actually ordered some more boxers from there
Really
because
did.
they feel really, really good.
And they look great too.
Ooh la la. Don't
put that
tell
out
my
there.
husband, Tony Stark. But listen to all of the other shows. Revenge of the Sequel is coming back soon, but it's already on patreon.com. If you cannot wait until October, you can listen to Revenge of the Sequel now. That's with John and Andrew and a lot of fun guests. Our Babu's Book Club will continue there as well. Star Wars, we're talking Bad Batch.
Star Wars.
All on patreon.com, as well as a bunch of other things. But listen to all of the Dolphin Pod shows, Director Showdown, Dirt Sheet Radio, all of them. They work really hard and they come out pretty often.
Yeah.
So please listen to them. But thank you so much for listening. Like our pod, subscribe to it, write a review, and share it with someone else. And we'll see you next week, right before What If. Bye.
Bye.